Hello!
Hi!
Hi.
Welcome to the MINECON Livestream. I am Lydia Winters, and I'm here with Vu and Jeb, and we are going to answer some of your questions today. Jens, you had a couple?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to answer two of the really common questions. One, will there be a Minecraft gameplay feature presentation? And yes, as always, that's my main reason for MineCon. So I'm going to talk about the upcoming features for all the platforms. And the second question that a lot of people asked about was, will there be capes? And so at the moment, if we can't do capes in a cool way, there will not be capes. So in essence, I don't have an answer right now. So let's leave it at that, yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
So when we were going through all of your many questions, we actually realized that there's one person who should be answering all of them, other than the two that Jeb just answered, which is Vu, who's running MineCon. And so we decided to pull in Moira, who's new at Mojang, so we could test her out. And she's going to act as the community. So she will be asking the questions that you asked on Twitter and told us the things that you want to know, and she's going to be your voice. And also, please send more questions if you have them into the chat, and we'll answer some of those at the end. But now we're going to introduce Moira, and she is going to be the moderator for Vu to give all the information and all the answers that you could possibly want.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Moira!
Moira.
Bye.
Thank you.
Moira!
Hello there.
Okay, we can sit a little more comfy now.
Yes.
All right. Oh, hello. Do we blow up now? That's Lydia. So hello.
Hello, I am the voice of the community, and I'm very happy to be here to ask you all of these important questions.
They are all important. I'm excited to answer.
Okay, so when we're thinking about MINECON Earth, why MINECON Earth? So I have a question here from Bad Cheese from Twitter. And Bad Cheese asks, this is probably going to be asked a lot. Why did you decide to move away from the original MINECON concept?
Yeah, so every year we think about MineCon. I mean, from the moment that the previous MineCon ends, we immediately start thinking about what we need to do for the coming year. And this year, we had a great time in Anaheim. It was awesome. Really, every year, MineCon just gets better and better. But afterwards, we were left feeling a bit like we weren't really reaching the people who are a part of our much bigger community. MineCon is an event for, it's really meant for, sorry, I'm hearing that we are not being loud enough. Maybe if I move this microphone over. Here, we'll get a little closer.
Can you hear us now, people?
Is it better? What we really wanted to do was to make sure that we were addressing as much of the community as possible. And MineCon, while being an amazing event, was also a very small event in comparison to our players, right? We have millions of players around the world, and unfortunately MineCon was an event where we had 10 to 15,000 people come to one place around the world one time a year, and it wasn't what we were hoping it would be. So what we thought after the last MineCon was, what if we invented MineCon today? Like, what if we didn't have these previous MineCons that every year we try to replicate but make better, and instead we thought from the ground up, what would we make? And this new MINECON Earth concept is what came out of that thought process. So a small group of us, Lydia, myself, Jens, and a few other people got together and thought, like, what would be the best way to really speak to our community at a once-a-year event, but in a way that actually brings more people together.
Right.
And one way to do that is to make an even bigger event and make MineCon gigantic, but that doesn't scale well for what MineCon is. Right? MineCon is an event that every year everyone would sit in the same room at the same time for the opening ceremony. And actually, it's hard to do that, right? Like, there's only so many people you can fit in one room. So as we thought about, like, how can we bring more people together, we realized bringing them together in more locations, but smaller events would actually address that problem. And so what most people haven't really understood yet about MINECON Earth is it's not about just a live stream that we're putting out that's going to be around 2 hours long, and us just wanting everyone to tune in and watch it at one time. But it's also about bringing people together in locations around the world to experience that together. And also to make this live stream not just a passive thing that you watch, but something that's completely interactive.
Yeah, awesome. Cool.
That's the long answer for the first question.
Cool. Then we have a question from BlackStealth89 on Twitter. So my question is, why go this route? Were the previous conventions not a success?
I would definitely not say that the previous conventions weren't a success. Every MINECON since the first one in Vegas were definitely a success. So many people were happy. So many people had a great time. But it also depends on how you measure what success is, right? And when we work on Minecraft, you know, one of our core things is that our players come first. And when we look at MINECON, it's a teeny tiny portion of our players. So, and those are the people who were happy. The people who would get to go to MINECON because they could go, or because they were lucky enough to get tickets because they sell it so quickly, right? Who heard about it, planned for it. They were quite happy. But we heard so much from all the people who couldn't participate and felt kind of left out in what we were doing. And so we really wanted to think of ways that we could address that much better. And that would be success to us, to create something that is available to many more people in a way that addresses what our community really is, which is a diverse, like, millions of people all the way around the world.
Yeah, awesome. Our next question is from Madston Magic. Why the decision of doing an interactive event instead of a physical one where you can meet your idols in person?
Yeah, that's a great question, because a big part of what MINECON is coming to this one location at the same time as a bunch of Minecraft content creators are coming there, and then you can meet them. And there are meet and greets and autographs and all of that. And what we definitely want is to continue that. So when we decided to change the way that we approached MINECON, what we thought about were, what are all the different components of what makes MINECON? And of course, meeting YouTube and Twitch streamers and all of these different creators, map makers, modders, server operators, like a big part of MINECON is that. But it doesn't have to happen on the same day or in the same location all the time once a year at this one event we had. And what we thought were, how could we do a better job of having more of those opportunities in more places, in more locations around the world? And so that's when we came up with the finalization of plans that we've had for years of doing official community events and giving people a place that will be more local, that they can still meet their favorite content creators, but they won't have to travel so far to do it, and they won't have to wait so long. Because with the community events, we're going to be able to have many every year, and they'll be able to happen in many different locations. And some of them, some of the previous community events before they were official even, were already very large. One was 12,000 people. That was MineFair.
Yeah, that's big.
That's almost the size of MINECON. MINECON was 14,000 people. So they are still going to be big events with lots of people coming to them. There's just going to be more of them, and they're not going to only happen once a year.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think so.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so why, this question comes from, I hope I say this right, Fortis iNews. So why still call it MINECON when it's no longer a convention?
Yeah, MINECON is more than just the sum of its parts, right? MINECON to some people means Minecraft Convention, to some people means Minecraft Conference. To me, the con part of it is about bringing people together. And MineCon is still that. So MineCon itself is a brand in its own right, and MineCon to us means the time of year when we come together and try to speak to everyone all at once, and really try to give like the past year's worth of great things that we've seen, as well as some sneak peeks into the next year of what we're going to do, and we do that once a year, so that MineCon name still felt true, even though it was no longer the same type of physical convention. But the con part of it that I believe will still exist as we talk more and more, and a lot more info is going to come out in the next couple months about our various viewing parties and other ways that you're going to be able to come together to experience MineCon. People will understand what we're really trying to do is create a global convention where it is distributed but still clustered in physical groups, where people will be around the world experiencing MineCon together, but not all together in one place. And the MineCon viewing parties, which we've spoken a little bit about, and we will speak much more in the next month, are going to really help people come together in a much closer place, but during MineCon, right? So it sounds very complicated because we took what was a single event on one weekend that happened once a year, and now we have many different components that will happen at different times of the year.
Right.
But we really have only changed things to make it bigger. And it just, when you look at it from the outside and you haven't seen all the components, it feels like you're losing something. But we're doing our best to make sure that every part of MineCon that was so important to everyone will live on. It's just going to be in a slightly different form.
Yeah, cool. I want to go to one of those parties.
I think you will.
I hope so. Okay, so in regards to MineCon Earth, the actual event, I guess can you explain what is MineCon Earth? And this is a question from Ibrahim Mufi on Twitter.
Okay. So MineCon Earth, I guess we've explained a little bit about what it is.
Yeah.
What I want people to get out of this is that we're not saying MineCon Earth is a live stream. Tune in and watch. MineCon Earth is a point in time during the year when we want everyone to come together and celebrate Minecraft. And part of that is this interactive live stream that we'll have. And part of it will be a series of events around the world that you'll be able to attend. Some will be free and open to all. Some will be ticketed. Some will be small. Some will be large. So it's a distributed convention in many places, mainly because of time zones in North America, South America, and Europe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And when is MineCon 2017? And this is from Bunny Gabig.
So it's going to be November 18th,
Okay.
2017. And we wanted to choose a time zone that would work as best as possible. So the west coast of US, it will be at 9 a.m.
Awesome. Sounds good. Okay. This question is from Jimmy BX7. Will it be possible to watch MineCon Earth on your mobile?
Yes, definitely. So the way we're going to distribute the stream is similar to Minecraft. We want to be on as many platforms as possible so you can watch it wherever you want to be. So on your mobile phone, you'd be able to see it via multiple services.
Cool. And so we'll be giving more details of what those services
Yes,
will be.
everything. So there is a homepage for Minecon on Minecraft.net, and all of the information as we announce it will always be on that page, and that will include how you'll be able to see it exactly, how you'll be able to tune in, other ways that you'll be able to interact. Of course, watching our Twitter and watching these live streams, you'll learn more over the coming months, but that page will always have a consolidated information.
Cool. Now we have a question from Blue Bear Gaming, and this question is, will MineCon Earth be live captioned or subtitled?
Yeah, that's something we're taking very seriously. We want to make sure, we've never done that before, and we really this year want to be able to provide live captioning and live translation through subtitles during the stream. We haven't figured everything out yet, but it is one of the items near the top of the list so that we can make sure as many people get to experience it as possible in a way that they can experience it.
Awesome. Do you think that will just be in one language or multiple languages?
Our goal would be to support multiple languages, and they would be the languages that most of our players speak. Yeah. So we have goals, but
goals.
I'm not making promises yet because we're just not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, this is a question from Dapper. Sorry, bear with me. Dapper Manatee 64.
Dapper Manatee.
Dapper Manatee. So how interactive, how long, and what events are going to be shown?
Okay, there's a multiple part question.
Yes.
Okay, so how interactive? There's some really exciting things coming. Things I wish I could say on this live stream, but we need to save some things until we get them. We really never announce anything until we finalize it. We want to make sure that if we say something, it's going to happen. So we have some really exciting things that we're working on that hopefully we'll be able to announce in the next month and a half. And there will be multiple ways to interact with the live stream. If you look at previous MineCons, we've had interaction over Twitter, and we've had interaction through chats on stream in different ways in different parts of MineCon. This year, we definitely want to do more. We want to make sure that when you are viewing MineCon from wherever that is, whether it's from a MineCon viewing party, a party that you put together yourself with your friends, or if you're just sitting watching it by yourself, that you can still feel that you can influence things that are happening and that you actually can do those things. So we want to build in as much interactivity as possible so that it's not just about watching something, but it's also about taking part in it.
Yeah, cool. So this is an anonymous person asking this. Will there be any creators involved?
Yes, definitely. Creators, and when we say creators, for us, it really means all Minecraft content creators. And content can be anything from videos to streaming to maps to mods, server operators, like anyone who's creating content within Minecraft. And definitely we will have the involvement of multiple creators in MineCon, just like we usually do. It will be different from previous years because the whole format and the time and everything is changing. But we have some exciting ways to involve creators to make sure that one of the most important parts of our community are really well represented.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, this is from Gate. My most favorite thing on every MineCon is a panel with developers. Will MineCon Earth contain something like that? So
I think I said earlier that what we've taken, so MineCon had so many different components, and even though MineCon Earth is only some of those, we're still going to do all of the other things in different ways. And, you know, we thought about panels and how people experience them. One of the difficulties of going to MineCon was always that you had to choose which panels to go to, because there were usually 4 to 6 tracks of panels all happening at the same time. In order to solve that, what we did was we recorded them all, and then we'd put them online. The problem with putting out 40 to 60 panels all in 1 week after MineCon is that it's really hard to consume that content, right? No one can make time to watch all the panels, even if they're interested in them. And then as time passes, then you kind of forget about it. Mm-hmm. So what we weren't doing, we're giving these great discussions quite as much attention as they could have gotten. So we're coming up with better ways to do panels in the future that will be distributed throughout the year, and we will still share them via video, but that we'll address the same type of topics and the same type of conversations that were happening at panels at MineCon, but we're going to do them in a different way. So it won't happen at MineCon, but we will talk about how that's going to happen at MineCon.
Okay. Awesome. So this is a question from Retro28. What will you be selling during the live stream? Mm-hmm. Will there be any exclusive merch?
Yes, there will. I can't tell you yet what they are. It is frustrating that some of these questions, I can give you a hint, but I can't tell you the whole thing. We have some really cool exclusive merch, and the one thing that I hope everyone can be excited about with this year's MineCon in that it's a much more distributed event, is that merch is also going to be much more distributed. So we are going to have many ways that you can get MineCon exclusive merchandise during that short period of time of MineCon, and you'll be able to buy it online, and there will also be physical locations that will have it as well. And we just want to make sure that if part of what you want to do is spend that time with us, that you also can have a physical memento of that.
Yeah. Cool. So now we have a question from Philip Denise, I think is the way that you'd say this. What are the requirements for my local Cineplex to host the live stream, and how can I best approach them as a Minecraft ambassador?
I love this question because it shows here is a person who
Dedication.
understands what MineCon Earth could be.
Yeah.
It really is about how, like, what are the screens we can get it on, and how can you get all your friends to come and hang out with you and watch the
a
stream
party.
and really have a party around it. So the answer to the question is tricky because I'm not sure where the local Cineplex is or any of the logistics. But what I'll say is we have more information coming that will make it easier to have that conversation when you know the requirements you would need to know, and when you have all of the information of like what would you have to do to put said stream on a screen, then you'll be able to have that conversation. You can call the local Cineplex, ask if this is something they want. We are looking around the US and some places in Europe at cinemas that will be a part of this. We have nothing to announce yet there, but we're looking at that as something that we really want to do to make sure that people can have those places to go and enjoy MineCon together. But if you want to do it yourself, what you need is all the information, and we will have that coming soon because we're soon going to be talking about like how best to experience MineCon in groups.
Cool. Looking forward to that. Okay, so
There's a lot of questions.
yeah, we're getting to the end of the list.
Okay,
though. We're
okay,
getting to the
okay,
end.
okay.
And then maybe we should repeat the questions that Jens addressed in the
Yes,
beginning.
yes, we can
because
talk about that
I
again.
can see in the stream here that some people are asking,
They
"Where's
they
Jens?"
missed Jens's
You
question.
missed Jens.
Yes.
You missed Jens in the beginning. But we'll come back to that. So this is a question from Trevor Craft 71. Will this be a permanent replacement for MineCon, or will it rotate to a convention one year and MineCon Earth the next?
So I'm not going to make promises because we're always willing to reevaluate what we do and change things, just like we did this year. We've done MineCon a specific way for a while, and if you asked me this question 2 years ago, like, will MineCon always be this way? I would have said the same thing. We want to always make the absolute best experience for all of our players. And so that means we always have to reevaluate what we're doing. So this year we have a great plan. We're super excited about what we're going to do. It's bigger and way more comprehensive than anything we've ever done before. And with that comes so many different challenges and opportunities. And what we're going to do is go through this process with all of you and see how it goes. And then we will reevaluate for next year. But our plan is that this is how we do MineCon for now, right? And that's how we've always thought about it. Here's what we're doing for now, and we'll see how that goes, and we will always seek to improve things. But I can say it's unlikely that we would go back and forth between like a physical event next year and then more of the MineCon Earth. So old style MineCon and MineCon Earth style, we're not likely to go back and forth between those. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This guy's just leaning on me.
So let's go back to the questions that Jens addressed in the beginning before he left the live stream.
Yes. So the biggest question we have gotten, and probably the biggest question we get every year about MineCon, will there be capes? It is like, I see it everywhere. Everywhere I look, will there be capes? Yeah.
Can I get capes?
And I get it. Capes are awesome, right? But Jens's answer wasn't the best news yet. As with most things, we won't do something until we can do it in a way we think is cool or we think is great. And right now we don't have a great solution for how to do capes. So until then, we're saying for now, we will not have capes. But if we can solve some of the technical issues that are in the way right now, then we'll be able to do it. But we won't do it unless we can do it cool. But it's our goal.
Cool.
So that was Jens's answer on capes.
Yes.
And then the other thing he said was that he would definitely be talking about the future updates and cool announcements at MineCon about Minecraft, just like every MineCon. And I believe he said it's the only reason we even bring him to MineCon is to talk about those things. I don't think that's really
Yeah, I
true,
don't know if
but
true
that's what he
either.
said.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's great. Now let's kind of move over to official Minecraft community events.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a few questions from people surrounding this. First is a question from someone anonymous. So what is an official Minecraft community event? In a nutshell.
In a nutshell, yeah, because that could be a really big answer, kind of like what is MineCon,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Minecraft, official Minecraft community events. There have been community events for years. And years ago, Lydia, myself, and Patrick talked about maybe making a program where some of those events could become official, right? And official is just a word, but what is behind that is an ability to do more, right? And an ability to do more and also be more trusted. We've had a bunch of great community events in the past, and that's actually how we came up with our partners that we have partnered up with, MineFair, MineVention, and Blockfest, which is new, but it's actually a multiplay event. And we've worked with Multiplay for a long time, and they've been a part of MineCon for years, putting on MineCon, but also doing the various tournaments at MineCon. So they are also a long-time event partner. And so what we wanted to do was help facilitate better and more Minecraft events around the world, so that people didn't have to wait that one time a year for that one official event, right? Mm-hmm. And so what is a Minecraft official community event? It's a local event, you know, size ranging from a couple thousand people to, well, well, the biggest one so far has been 12,000 people, where you'll get to see a lot of the same type of content that you would normally see at MineCon. So there are panels, there's education section, there's free play zones, there's tournaments. There are always lots of different content creators who come to these events. There are meet and greets, all different kinds of ways that you can come, celebrate, and enjoy Minecraft with other people who like the same thing that you do. So it's Minecraft events, but they're put on by other companies. And we are working with them to make sure that they're excellent.
Okay, so we endorse them.
Yes.
Cool. So this is also from Anonymous. How do I know if an event is an official event?
How do I know? Oh, yeah. So there's a few different ways. So right now, we've announced all the partners. There's only 3 right now. So they would have to be one of those events. And we haven't launched it yet, but on Minecraft.net, there will be an official Minecraft community events page, and that page will have the information for all the different events. And so that will show who our partners are and where their events are and how you'll be able to purchase tickets. All of that information will be there. So you'll know that an event is official because they'll be able to use all of the official logos. They'll be able to use the official Minecraft community events logo, and we will verify that information on our own website.
Okay, awesome. So this question is from Fire Dingo. Can you tell where this person is from?
Is it you?
I'm not from Australia.
Oh, are dingoes only Australia? Oh no, I'm being so bad. Please continue. Let's just pretend
I'm
that
from
didn't
New
happen.
Zealand.
She's from New Zealand. Yes.
Is there an event planned for Australia?
Is there an event planned for Australia? So
An official event.
An official. Okay. So we were just in Australia. We did an official event in Australia. Jens and I came down to the Sydney Opera House. This was a month-ish ago.
Okay.
And had an awesome event there. Of course, we hear from Australia a lot because it's so far, and
so
we
far.
haven't done many things there yet. But that event that we just had at Sydney Opera House marks, I think, the beginning of probably a great series of events for the future. And we already have partners who want to do official Minecraft community events in Australia. So we don't have anything to announce yet, but yes, it will happen. I'm not sure when.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And maybe New Zealand too.
Maybe New Zealand too. Yes.
Okay, cool. This question is from Anonymous as well. What do the official partners, who's Blockfest, Mindfair, and MindVention, gain from this relationship?
Well, that's a complex question. So, there's so many things. Really, when we started this program, right, when the idea hatched, it was years ago. We actually didn't know what people could gain from an official program like this. But when we started these conversations last year, and we talked to these partners before they were partners, and we said, what do you want to gain? For them, what they want to be able to do is make sure that people feel safe and secure purchasing tickets and coming to their events. They want people to feel that Mojang has vouched for them and that we are guaranteeing that these are not some company that doesn't know what they're doing, that these are not things that might disappear. These are real events put on by trusted partners, and we know they're going to happen. We know who's going to be there, and all of the things that might make you nervous about buying tickets to an event being put on by someone who you don't know who they are, you don't have to worry about that if they're an official Minecraft community event.
Yes.
Because we have vetted our partners, they prove to us that they know how to do what they're saying they're going to do, that they can deliver the value, and we really have made sure that they are the best partners that we could have for these types of events. And they're diverse. They each kind of offer different things and different expertise and different experiences, but they will all, at minimum, do what they say. And that's what you can get out of being part of a program like this is you get, of course, there's also access to various things that you need from the Minecraft studio in order to be able to put on great events, whether it's a little bit of technical support or it is branding and assets so you can make an official looking website. Because that's one of the downsides to not being an official partner is that you don't have the rights to use certain Minecraft assets and logos and those kinds of things. So then your website doesn't look official either.
Yeah,
so being an official partner is mainly going to make it just easier for them to put on their events, easier for them to talk to creators who will also be able to trust that these are trusted partners.
Yeah, cool. So it'll be like an ongoing relationship between Mojang and these official partners, and we'll help each other become better.
Yes, yes. Always learning, always improving.
Yeah.
That is our goal.
Cool. And our last question is also from Anonymous. What is required to become a community partner, event partner, an official partner?
Yeah, that is a little bit of a tough question because what we are looking for, I would say what we're looking for are people or companies who can demonstrate that they can put on an awesome event, right? And an awesome event can be different things, right? There's not a stamp of, oh, this is what your event is going to look like exactly. Here's the layout, here are the elements. Different community events are going to have different things at them. So what we're really looking for are partners who, number one, they have to be passionate about events. They can't just be someone who wants to throw some events and they think it could be cool. Events are really hard. I've done events for many years now, not just MineCon, but MineCon alone has taught me very much about events and how difficult they are. Yeah. So a partner needs to be able to prove they can put on an event, prove that they can do it successfully, that they can give a great experience, that they care about customer service, that they care about the creators that they will be inviting there. Like they need to show that they'd be a great partner. And that's a complex thing. So it's not just a form you can check off, but we are actively looking to expand our partnerships in the future. We'll be putting out that call probably later this year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm thinking like the last thing that we could just discuss a little bit or summarize is, just if you can give a little summary of what MINECON Earth, like the specialness that we're going to see. So you've sometimes described it as like a variety show. So could you just give like a little teaser?
Yeah, I guess that's like the most vague description
Yeah.
of a show. There will be a variety of things.
Variety of
but
cool
I have to say, I'm going to have to still stay pretty vague. What we want is an exciting, entertaining, probably informative show that is, you know, the time that we've chosen, which is going to be between 90 and 120 minutes, is digestible, right? Like you can schedule your time around
It's
a
like
2-hour
watching
show.
a movie.
Yeah, it's like that length makes it easy to schedule your time around that, to hang out with some people for that long. So during that time, what we want to do is entertain people, make them laugh, make them have a great time, and give them things to talk about. And hopefully some big surprises as well, right?
Awesome. Cool.
Well,
That's
thank
all
you.
from me, from the
Yes,
community.
you are the representative of the community. This was super fun. I hope you all got some of the answers that you wanted to hear. And please keep the discussion going on Twitter. And we would love to answer any additional questions. And we will try to do that. It's very difficult because we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these questions, but we'd love to keep this dialogue going, and we want to hear your opinions and thoughts, so feel free to share them. Thanks, Moira,
Awesome.
and thank you all. Bye.
Hey.